What's going on, Skill Army? Mr. Skillman, back to you again. Hey, just want to come on here and get something off like I always do. Shoot, it's been a minute. Been having like some crazy ass weather here in Florida, and currently, I guess, while shooting this video, basically tropical storm slash hurricane Debbie or whatever is hitting the state. So y'all know this is Skillman rocking out in Florida. But just a couple things I want to touch on. You know what I'm saying? I'm kind of taking some refuge under this tree because at the end of the day, though we might get, you know, some rain and some wind and whatever, most of the time it's hot and it's absolutely quite comfortable outside. And I got quite a bit of cover under the canopy of this nice tree here. But I just wanted to touch base about, you know, more so on the election. And if you've been following, you know, my channel, you know, I'm you know, it's no secret that I'm quite a conservative, and of course I'm a black man, identify as a black man or whatever, however y'all want to do it on my birth certificate. I'm a black man. So and one of the challenges that I'm running into, and also that, you know, you see like in the media, is just that that especially like the left is trying to run with, and that is like, you know, more so black people voting for, you know, a particular candidate just because they're so-called black. And I just wanted to bring it up as, you know, just the history of black people following or doing what other black people do just for the sake of them being black hasn't really, you know, helped us that much. And I think it's important that we definitely look at policy, we look at what's best for our economy, we look at, you know, the things that, you know, if I feel like any black person who's, you know, coming into their own, especially black men and reaching the age and out here getting it and making their money and trying to put their stake on things, is, you know, we're naturally a conservative people, and that's really no secret. I think, you know, it's easy, and black people have been programmed to more so be on the handout of things, and you know, we don't like to be ridiculed. But, you know, at a moment's notice, we like to lean on our blackness and the fact that, you know, if something doesn't go in our favor, we like to always use the black card or the race card. And the idea is that, you know, racism is across the board. Quite honestly, you know, in my experience, you know, I can't speak for everybody. You know, there's racist folks on every end, but some of the most racist behavior I've seen, honestly, has come from ignorant black people. And you know, I'm just being quite honest. You know, I've seen it on both ends. You know, it's always you know, it's interesting to me to, you know, when a black person gets mad and gets you know, let's say a black person and a white person are engaging in an altercation or something's going down, you know, it always seems to me that black person's the first person to start calling the other person the N-word. I always thought that was funny, but I try to refrain from using N-word so much just because, you know, have to be an example. Of course, I will use it. I have used it. You know, I'm not, you know, whatever. And I've been in communities, and I got family members who, and friends who use it. And it's just one of those words that's been like clouded in our society. And, you know, I feel like for the most part, anything that's said or comes out of a person's mouth, depending on the relationship with the other person, can be used as a derogatory term, or it could just be made fun of. And people know when things are being said to them in a serious or derogatory or fucking offensive manner, and other people know when it's not. I mean, that's just the reality of it. And I think we as black people have to be a little bit more aware and affirming the fact that, you know, when we're extra sensitive to you know, black terms or being thrown around that may be derogatory than others that really ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like this whole black jobs thing they're talking about. Personally, hey, black jobs should be a real thing, because I feel like
You steal our corn, we got nothing to feed the hogs. We can't feed the hogs, we got nothing to put in the smokehouse. We got nothing to put in the smokehouse. We starve in the winter. That's murder, ain't it?
for the most part, as soon as black people overall feel like they're not getting enough of something in our society, they want to leverage, you know, where's this at for the black community or for black people. And I personally feel like, hey, if I have to just be honest and we're just using words for what they are, where is the black jobs at? Because most places I go to, not even at your local Walmart or whatever, call it what I'm not trying to demean black people, because I'm me personally, I like to consider myself more of an entrepreneur now, and more of a jack of all trades, and kind of make my own way. But I've done corporate, I've done a lot of things, and black people are in many cases not having as many positions as other races. I mean, from finance to logistics to just many things, and so I think there's going to become a time, especially with the migrant crisis going on, that black people are going to want to label, or have a say in what's black and what's not, I guess you can say. But other than that, let me circle back to what I got on here for. Is just as a Republican and a conservative and someone who is clearly voting for the Republican Party and Donald Trump in this election, have to come to terms with wondering, what happens if Kamala wins? And for me, it's absolute destruction. Her history in California, as far as being a leader there, absolutely turned out negative. And I think we need to take attention to understand that this is not quite the beginning, and it may not be shown right in front of our faces, but to continue to allow the Democratic Party to continue to do what they do is going to lead to just a downward spiral.
10% in that plantation on over in Natchez? No, huh? You think they're taking 10% from him? How about this? Whose corn is it? Whose corn is it? Whose corn is it? Sounds like perfect charity to me. Let's do it.
Spiral of just bullshit happening for our economy. The job market is not as strong as what they said it was. This whole immigration thing, and just imagine English as a second language. If you've ever been to one of your local, whether it be a fast food spot, a coffee house, or whatever, and it clearly reads English on the sign, it's American or English, supposedly speaking, or we're in an English speaking country, and the person behind the window can't even speak English, to me that poses a problem. Why am I in my 40s thinking that I need to now go and sharpen up on my Spanish? You know what I'm saying? And I got some Spanish homies that, and from different cultures that are cool. I'm down with them, you know what I'm saying? But as far as a culture, as a country, Spanish it should be. Why am I speaking English and we need to be learning Spanish? Kamala Harris overall, let's talk about policy. There is no real policy that this woman has put in place that has benefited, in my opinion, anybody except the agenda that the Democratic Party is pushing. We've got the illegal immigration, we've got taxes going crazy, the affordability of homes is out of reach. Personally, and then on the road to becoming a prime borrower, lending is tight right now. You have an 800 credit score, make upwards of $80,000, and still not be able to get into a home, that is priced above, 250 or 300,000, and every home in that category or less is subpar. Wouldn't pass inspection, and this is what we're looking at, and this is not where it's at. Fuel, energy costs. It's just going to be hell. If you're a Second Amendment gun owning kind of person, which I am, imagine them coming to take our guns away. It's coming. It's going to come in cachets. They're going to bring it into through like a buyback program where, they're going to be offering money for guns, and they're going to take these guns off the street. Then they're going to defund the police. The LGBT community is going to add a ridiculous amount more of letters and pronouns, and we've got men fighting women, and just a disarray of natural order that comes in our society that if it's not apparent to you, and the problems that it's causing. And look, and I love women. I'm not trying to sound sexist when I say this, but women aren't born leaders. Women are born nurturers. Imagine you got a soldier who's going into the shit of things, and our commander-in-chief, as a female, couldn't do half the things that our men that are called to duty can do. And deep down inside, I think most of us understand that, and we know that. But once again, the Democratic Party, especially in this election, is preying on people's feelings. You know, they're preying on, you know, the hopes and dreams of people, and just trying to identify and more so do this like masquerade of trauma bonding, and it's still not going to get anybody anywhere. I don't care if you don't like Donald Trump. But at the end of the day, you got to take into consideration as far as where your financial picture was, where your overall the mentality of people. You know, they're making it okay to be other than you are as far as your sex. They're making it okay to have so many health issues. I mean, more kids are on these big pharma mental health meds. They're making this stuff recreational. They're making it okay. They're making it okay to bond with people, to go with people just based off feelings, not results, not facts, not what's best for them, not what's best for us. Just like out here sitting in the storm, it's gonna be a fucking storm, a fucking shit storm if this woman gets into power. I mean, can somebody please just, you know, put it out there and debate, not even for her to debate, but debate what she's done, debate where they think this thing is gonna go, and have some actual logic behind it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, let's just talk about the blackness thing again. How many people, like, in their heart, you really think this is because she's a woman? Because she ain't black. I'm black. She not black. She's not black by far. At all. At all. I got Indian partners. I know people who are Indian too. And they cool with being Indian. But I'll tell you one thing they not cool with: being associated with as American black person. So that's just my honestly my part one of this rant. I hope, you know, us as black people are not out here, you know, identifying and trying to vote on the right just because someone's black, just because they're a woman. I mean, and because they're gonna touch on your feelings. If you don't do that, you're not black. If you don't do that, you're sexist. Make it make sense.
You can walk on two legs. You're a man.
Right.
It's as simple as that.